What's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another live stream. This is part two of the Iowapolis live stream, subtitled Codependency. The other one was subtitled Broken Rendezvous. And my air conditioning is going in the background, but I'm actually going to be on piano tonight, which is really exciting. So hopefully that'll drown out the air conditioning. Let me know in the comments. I can always turn it off. But anyway, I started writing for this record, and just at some point, a lot of the songs I figured out were inspired by these kind of mainly, 2000s piano ballads, early 2000s piano ballads, and so I was just like, all right, whatever, I'll figure it out. I knew I was going to be back in Minnesota. My parents have a piano that I, by the way, have not played since my cousin's wedding, which was like 11 years ago, coming up on 11 years ago. So it was one of those things where I just kind of made it my mission when I got home to learn these songs, or at least be able to pull them off. And so, I had like 6 days to prepare, and I thought I did a pretty good job. But this, you guys, I'm sure, will tell me if it's good or not. But this first song, I can't quite remember the order, except for some of them. I can't quite remember the order of them, but this is definitely, obviously, the first track on the album. It's a song called Talk, and it was inspired by Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. And this is a really good song. And I, Maroon 5 aside, I rarely, will seek out pop music, but they were kind of making fun of it on Saturday Night Live, and like about a month later, I decided to listen to it and just absolutely loved it. And I told my students on the following Monday, I said, "You guys are in gigantic trouble for not telling me that this was such a good song, because usually they're my source for such things." But anyway, this is Talk and Driver's License, and I hope you enjoy it. I heard you made it to Iowapolis. Tell me all about the local brews. Said they all taste just like paradise. Only wish I was there with you. Even after I called it off, you still hope that I'd make good. But you just won't leave me alone in the way you should. And I can take the blame. I know that I shouldn't do everything right. If you're looking for closure, the way there is in wishing I hold you tight. It seemed out of nowhere that morning that I chose to walk. But for your protection, it might be better if we don't talk. It's true, I miss you in certain ways, like when something makes me laugh. But I can't tell you, cause if I do, you'll think I want all the way back. It'd hurt you if I gave a hard no. It'd hurt you more with a maybe. Cause that would only get your hopes up, and would only drive you crazy. I can take the blame. I know that I shouldn't do everything right. If you're looking for closure, the way there is in wishing I'd hold you tight. It seemed out of nowhere that morning that I chose to walk. But for your protection, it might be better if we don't talk. lyrics, guitar strings, even the talk of rings, small talk, laughter. We know what you're after. You shoot for the rafters now, but it's long past time you came down. Lyrics, guitar strings, even the talk of rings, small talk, laughter. We know what you're after. You shoot for the rafters now, but it's long past time you came down. I can take the blame. I know that I shouldn't do everything right. If you're looking for closure the way there is, wishing I'd hold you tight. It seemed out of nowhere that morning that I chose to walk. But for your protection, it might be better if we don't talk. I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. 'Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs, crying 'cause you weren't around. And bet you're rambling with that blonde girl who always made me die. She's so much older than me, she's everything I'm insecure about. Yet today I drove through the suburbs, 'cause how could I ever love someone else? And I know we weren't perfect, but I never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Yes, you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. And now my friends are tired of hearing how much I miss you. But I feel kinda sorry for them. They'll never know you the way that I do. Yet today I drove through the suburbs and pictured I was driving home to you. And I know we weren't perfect, but I never felt this way for no one. 'Cause I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Yes, you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Red lights, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars, front yards. Can't drive past the places we used to know. 'Cause I still fucking love you, babe. Sidewalks we cross, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing. God, I'm so blue, knowing through, but I still fucking love you, man. guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone as your street. All right, and that was Talk and Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. That first one was by me. So for those of you who didn't tune in last week, I and have been kind of in the position recently to kind of figure out what and who is best for me in terms of relationships. And that particular song, Talk, um, came about because this person that I had, called it off with, as I said last week, she was going to be in Iowa City right around the time that I was going to be there for a conference. And, and just there were some certain things that that went down, and I kind of realized, yeah, this person's really codependent, and like on me, for dependent on me for her happiness, and that was really strange to me, and so the at some point, um, she messaged me, and it was on my Minnesota Mike page, which I didn't block her for business reasons, because I'm like, hey, I'm available to everybody, right? Big mistake, but anyway, so she messaged me, and it was just like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be there. You should definitely reconsider. Just saying, like, and tried to be really casual, and so uh it was kind of one of those things where, um, I had said to her, I'm like, look, um, I've been in this position before in your shoes, and it's just not gonna be everything that you want it to be, even if we're just friends. And so that's why I said, for your protection, it might be better if we don't talk. And it's not going to get any better if you continue to, reach out to me, because I'm going to give you the same answer. But, trying to be all casual and whatever, it was like, I knew what she was leading to. I knew she was eventually going to try to get me to change my mind, and it's just like, no, that's not happening. And so that's it. I'm like, it might be better if we don't talk, and whether I force that or you realize that on your own, that's up to you. But it ended up being me forcing it, us to not talk. So that was that. So another kind of thing that's related to this particular saga, is that there were actually a couple of times in the span of a few weeks where I kind of told her, I'm like, this is not sustainable, and and she was like, oh, and somehow convinced me to come back and whatever, and like uh and so then when I finally gave the final blow, she's like, well, this is coming out of nowhere, and I'm like, it really isn't, but you've just been living outside of reality. That's what it was. And you know in your mind, I'm still in love, or whatever you wanted to call it. I still want to make this happen, and it was just not working. And it was one of those things where it wasn't personal until she kept on dragging it out, and I'm like, okay, no, I really do have to hurt you, and it's a bad feeling, and so it's one of those things where, like, it's not fun on either end, but it was one of those things where, like, I tried to do everything I could to say, no, this isn't what I'm looking for. But she just kept on pushing and pushing and pushing, and so it's like, you're only hurting yourself, and living outside of reality. But this song was inspired by "Because of You" by Kelly Clarkson. and I hope you enjoy it. It's true you loved everything about me. You didn't want to ever live without me. Said you didn't need pittance or apologizing. But tell me, when will you be realizing that you're living with such codependency? Set yourself free. Haven't lost home, you're still in denial. Say we're all good, that I'm not on trial. Like that's for your calling. You were the one trying to get me falling again. For your smile, now I can see I gotta be careful with my phrasing. Now I can see your mind is bad at rearranging. Made myself clear we weren't forever outside a daydream, but you're still living outside reality. I held the line, the one that you kept tugging. Said I needed space, but you just kept on bugging. I was fine, you assumed I was lonely, but now we're through. Now you are the only one shrugging. Now I can see I gotta be careful with my phrasing. Now I can see your mind is bad at rearranging. Made myself clear we weren't forever outside a daydream, but you're still living outside reality. Coming down off the high feels like quite a task, but I did it and it's not too much to ask. To be realistic and not go ballistic, even though it seems there's no good in goodbye. All I ask is that you try. Now I can see I gotta be careful with my phrasing. Now I can see your mind is bad at rearranging. Made myself clear we weren't forever outside a dream, but you're still living outside reality. I will not make the same mistakes that you did. I will not let myself, 'cause my heart's in so much misery. I will not break the way you did. You fell so hard, I learned the hard way to never let it get that far. Because of you, I never strayed too far from the sidewalk. Because of you, I learned to play on the safe side so I don't get hurt. Because of you, I find it hard to trust not only me, but everyone else around me. Because of you, I'm afraid. I lose my way. It's not too long before you point it out. I cannot cry, 'cause I know that's weakness in your eyes. doesn't even know to start with. Because of you, I never stray too far from the sidewalk. Because of you, I find it hard. I don't get hurt. Because of you, I find it hard not to trust not only me, but everyone else around me. Because of you, I'm afraid. I watched you die. I heard you cry every night in your sleep. I was young, you should have known better than to lean on me. You never thought of anyone else, you just saw your pain. And now I cry in the middle of the night for the same damn thing. Because of you, I never strayed too far from the sidewalk. Because of you, I try my hard and get hurt. Because of you, I try my hardest just to forget everything. Because of you, I don't know how to let anyone else in. Because of you, I'm ashamed of my life. Because it's empty. Because of you, I'm afraid. All right, and that was Outside Reality and Because of You. If you were out there, please let me know. Say hey if you can. I know some of you can't log in because you don't have a YouTube account. But if you do, I know you can comment. And so please do let me know that you are out there. This is a really interesting set, and I want to know what you think. So please do let me know. So speaking of moody 2000s piano ballads, this one might have actually been 2010. In fact, I'm almost positive it is. But this one was inspired by Jar of Hearts by Christina Perri. And this is one of those songs that, like, I'm sure everyone will agree that you listen to it and you just, like, immediately get in your feelings. And this is a tough one because a lot of the angry songs are, like, kind of the other person's response to me. And so it's a little bit, like I said, of a call and response, that my songs are my reactions, and then the other ones are kind of hers. But this is What Might Be Said and Jar of Hearts, and I hope you enjoy both of them. Well, I can't write no more words down. You just go twisting them around. You're inside your reality, where I love you as much as you love me. I put the truth in your head. You interpret what you wanna hear. You don't hear a word I say unless you hear it in your way. The reason it ended that day is you kept asking if we were okay. You put a thought in my head, maybe we weren't instead. You shouldn't ask a question if you're not ready for what might be said. The my touch, but I just couldn't love you that much. I tried to tell you long ago, the truth's what you refuse to know. You don't hear a word I say unless you hear it in your way. The reason it ended that day is you kept asking if we were okay. You put in my head maybe we weren't instead. You shouldn't ask a question if you're not ready for what might be said. I understand banging on me and ask I am not forgotten, and you apologize so you can try one more time to get me back. But behind what you say you didn't mean is the truth that's trying to scream. You don't hear a word I say unless you hear it in your way. The reason it ended that day is you kept asking if we were okay. You put in my head maybe we weren't instead. You shouldn't ask a question if you're not ready for what might be said. You don't hear a word I say unless you hear it in your way. The reason it ended that day is you kept asking if we were okay. You put in my head maybe we weren't instead. You shouldn't ask a question if you're not ready for what might be said. No, I can't take one more step toward you, 'cause all that's waiting is regret. Don't you know I'm not your ghost anymore? You lost the love I love the most. I need to live half a life, and now you want me one more time. And who do you think you are, running around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts and tearing love apart? You're gonna catch a cold from the ice inside your soul, so don't come back for me. Who do you think you are? I hear you asking all around if I'm anywhere to be found, but I haven't grown too strong to ever fall back into your arms. I've lived half a life, and now you want me one more time. And who do you think you are, running around leaving scars, protecting your jar of hearts and carrying love apart? You're gonna catch a cold from the ice inside your soul, so don't come back on me. Who do you think you are? It took so long just to feel alright and remember how to put the light back in my eyes. I I wish I had missed the first time that we kissed, 'cause you broke all your promises and now you're back. You don't get to get me back. And who do you think you are? Running around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts and tearing love apart. You're gonna catch a cold from the ice inside your soul, so don't come back on me. Who do you think you are? And who do you think you are? Running around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts and tearing love apart. You're gonna get your cold from the ice inside your soul, so don't come back on me. Don't come back at all. And who do you think you are? Running around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts and tearing love apart. You're gonna get your cold from the ice inside your soul, so don't come back on me. Don't come back at all. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? All right, and that was What Might Be Sad and Jar of Hearts. The first by me, the second by Christina Perri. Really a good song. All of these songs are getting me very deep in my feelings, but this is a very emotional record for that exact reason. So this is not fake or anything like that. Yeah, it's weird. Like I said, being on the other side of this and having to like turn somebody down and be like, leave me alone. Because I think I've only had that happen once. Typically speaking, I'm just like, I don't want anything to do with you if you're, ignoring me or whatever. So that's just one of those things. But really good song. It'll be a little bit before I bring the tempo up, but we're going to do a One Republic song, Apologize. And this song was of mine, actually, is called Can't Live Without My Love. And like I said, it was inspired by Apologize, so I'm going to do both of those songs. Actually, I'm going to start on a higher key. You gave me everything, but your everything was too much. How could we not have met and you still claim that you're in love? You swear that you're not desperate and want me to tell you so. That's too much I believe for me, and I gotta let go. You say you can't live without my love, get to learn it. You say you can't live without my love, get to learn it. You say you can't live without my love, get to learn it. You say you can't live without my love, get to learn it. Say to say what I want, I did, but but you're still in denial. Never made Iowapolis, but in your mind it's still on fire. You'll be waiting there and will welcome me with open arms. Your obsessions get me and free from you, gets me free from all. Won't fall more your charges, so you can't live without my love. Yellow. You say you can't live without my love. Yellow. You say you can't live without my love. Yellow. You say you can't live without my love. Yellow. You say you can't live without my love. Get to learning. You say you can't live without my love. Get to learning. You say you can't live without my love. Get to learning. You say you can't live without my love. Get to learning. I'm holding on your rope, got me 10 feet off the ground. And I'm hearing what you say, but I just can't make a sound. You tell me that you need me, then you go and cut me down. But wait, you tell me that you're sorry, didn't think I'd turn around and say, hey, it's too late to apologize. I said it's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I'd take another chance, take a fall, take a shot for you. And I need you like a heart needs a beat, but it's nothing new, yeah. I loved you with a fire red, now it's burning blue. And you say, sorry like the angel, heaven let me name was you. But I'm afraid it's too late to apologize. I said it's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. Yeah, it's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. Yeah, it's too late. I'm rolling on your rope, got me 10 feet off the ground. All right, and that was Can't Live Without My Love and Apologize. The second one was by One Republic, and the first one was mine. If you were just tuning in and wondering what is Minnesota Mike doing, I'm on piano. And this is the Iowapolis Part 2 live stream, Codependency. And yeah, I just, kept on coming up with these piano ballads, and they just kind of kept flowing. So I was like, all right, awesome. Decided do this while I was home because that's really my only regular access to a piano. And that was that. But yeah, so that one was pretty self-explanatory. Just this person saying like, uh, you know, uh, I was like, okay, you're just being a little bit too codependent and coming off as a little bit desperate. And she's like, no, I don't. She's like, I don't need you. I want you. And like kind of said it like that. And it's just like, yeah, it didn't really make it any less creepy. Um, but yeah, it was just this weird thing. And she actually did say like, you make my body feel electric before we even met. Just want to point that out. And like when I was kind of thinking like, okay, this is not good. I told her the next day, and then later she like emails me and says like all of the things like your body makes me feel electric and just like all of these things. It was just weird. And she's like, do you feel the same way? If so, let's not give up on this. And it was like, no, I don't feel that same way. And so then she got mad when I answered her question. And so that was kind of into that jar of hearts, what might be said medley, that like, you shouldn't have asked me that question if you're not entirely sure of what might be said, or if you don't want to hear what might be said. Um, so that was just a strange deal. And then, I mean, she's also messaged me. She's like, be nice with your music because, I made you happy for a little bit, and that's true. But I'm like, I'm also not gonna like process this, with what happened and all of that. And that was just one of those things. Um, but anyway, this next song was inspired by The Scientist by Coldplay. And it's funny because Coldplay always makes me think of my cousin Brian, but it also, this song in particular, makes me think of my cousin Dan, because we did just like a home recording of it with him playing piano and the two of us singing together. And it was right when his voice was getting deeper, and so at the end of The Scientist, you'll see the part he just couldn't hit the note, and I still kind of can. So I don't know if I don't know what happened, but this is When You Cry and The Scientist, and I hope you enjoy both of them. How could I do this? You keep on wondering. You thought it would be your fifth time charm. You tried not to hurt me, and it was working until I was the one who caused you harm. We were both anxious, your mind was spinning, kept asking if we were still fine. I thought we were better, you kept up the pester, and but there we weren't in my mind. You tried to tell me you love me, said I made your body electrified. You tried to tell me you love me, but would someone who loved me be this bad at goodbyes? I won't be swayed when you cry. lost, but I still felt pressure to mirror the way you were feeling. I may have blurted some things I misworded, but I may have blurted some things I misworded. When there was doubt I was concealing. It's so ironic, you swear you're not desperate and want me to agree so bad. Ask me what happened. I tried to tell you we couldn't love what we never had. You tried to tell me you love me. Said I made your body electrified. You tried to tell me you love me. But would someone who loved me be this bad and goodbye? I won't be swayed when you cry. You tried to tell me you love me. Said I made your body electrified. You tried to tell me you love me. But would someone who loved me then say bad goodbyes? I won't be swayed when you cry. Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets and ask me your questions. Oh, let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming up tails, heads on a science apart. Nobody said it was easy. Oh, it's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start. I was just guessing with numbers and figures, pulling the puzzles apart. Questions of science, science and progress do not speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Oh, when I rush to the start, running in circles, chasing our tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said was easy. Oh, it's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. I'm going back to the start. All right, and that was When You Cry, backed with The Scientist by Coldplay, which is the song that inspired it. I want to give a shout out to Walker. Thank you so much for tuning in this week and every week. And in case you were wondering, man, what are you doing here? Yes, I am on the piano, and a lot of the songs this week, or not this week, but when I wrote this record in mid-May to the end of May, just had this piano vibe to them that I was like, it's going to be hard to replicate on the guitar. It's usually hasn't stopped me, but it was really cool. So I kind of fiddled around with the piano. Maybe that's the wrong verb. Did I piano around with the piano? I guess maybe. Pretty much immediately after I got back, and it was really fun. So I'm glad to share that with you. And if anybody tuning in would like to put bread in my jar, the tipping information should be below. But I'm on PayPal, CashApp, Venmo as MinnesotaMikeMusic. There are some slight variations based on the platform, like there's a $sign with the Cash App one. But if you were interested in tipping, I definitely would not turn those away. It's definitely not required either, though. But I just appreciate you guys tuning in. But like I said, if you'd like to show some love by virtually tipping, I would definitely appreciate that. Now, this next song was inspired by Superman, It's Not Easy, by Five for Fighting, off of their album America Town. And that's a really, really good album. I was listening to some songs off of it on the way home, and it's a really, really diverse album. And so that is really good. But this is Not Like Them, Move On, and Superman, It's Not Easy. And I hope you enjoy both of them. Swear I'm not like them. Try not to drag this out. You fired back at me when I started to have doubts. Supposed ego trips you told me I took, but you were the one who wished you could take a second look. Told you I was fine, just another day, another piece of my heart chipped away. You wanted to love me like I deserve, but never thought I'd ever make you hurt. Now it's over, you should move on. Swear I'm not like that. This wasn't perfect. person up till the day you began to still recruit me in full. Say you're not convinced I'm not still in love, but Iowapolis represents what never was. Told you I was fine, just another day, another piece of my heart chipped away. You wanted to love me like I deserve, but never thought I'd ever make you hurt. Now it's over. You should move on. Say you wanna tell me if I love you or not. I have much you hear what you wanna hear, so give me some space, and maybe we won't rot. Told you, swear I'm not like that. Tried not to drag this out. You fired back at me when I started to have doubts. Told you I was fine, just another day, another piece of my heart chipped away. You wanted to love me like I deserve, but never thought I'd ever make you hurt. Now it's over. You should move on. Now it's over. You should move on. I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. I'm just out to find the better part of me. I'm more than a bird, I'm more than a plane, I'm more than some pretty face beside a train, and it's not easy to be me. Wish that I knew, wish that I could cry, fall upon my knees, find a way to lie about a home I'll never see. It may sound absurd, but don't be naive. Even heroes have the right to bleed. I may be disturbed, but won't you concede? Even heroes have the right to dream, and it's not easy to be me. Up and away from me. Well, it's alright, you can all sleep soundly tonight. Well, I'm not crazy or anything. I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. Men were meant to ride with clouds between their knees. I'm only a man in a lonely red sheet, digging for kryptonite on this one-way street. Only a man in a silly red sheet, looking for special things inside of me, inside of me, inside of me, inside of me, yeah, inside of me. I'm only a man in a funny red sheet. I'm only a man looking for a dream. I'm only a man in a funny red sheet, and it's not easy. It's not easy to be me. All right, and that was Superman, It's Not Easy, and before that, Not Like Them, Move On. And, this is something that, with this particular potential relationship that I've, kind of been struggling with, right? That, like, there are a lot of things that I did that others have done to me. Um, but it was one of those things where ghosting for me, meaning not responding to this person's messages or texts or whatever, um, there's a certain part of that it's like, okay, that was defense and my last line of defense, right? So I tried to explain myself. And when things just went in circles, then it was like, oh, why would I keep on trying to explain this to you, And so it was one of those things that, like, that's where the, I'm not like them kind of thing came in. But it's definitely something that, I struggle with, that, like, am I just as bad? And I think the key is that, this was over the span of, uh, a couple weeks, I guess, that we were talking about meeting up in Iowa City. And so that, as opposed to like a year and a half, I tried to be transparent, but this person wouldn't really take no for an answer. So I had to resort to just not saying anything. Because, let that be your answer. But definitely tried to have the conversation. So this next song is by an artist that is definitely the punchline to at least a couple of my jokes, because like, if I'm at work or something and it's raining and a kid's walking in without an umbrella, I'll be like, oh, where's Rihanna when you need her? Because they could stand under her umbrella. But this is a song called "Bated Breath," and it was inspired by "Take a Bow" by Rihanna, which is one of my favorites. And the thing that kind of inspired this song was the idea that I tried to tell this person, like, no and XYZ, and she just became creepy. And after a while, she sent me a message and she said, hey, I'm really sorry for how I acted. And then she's like trying to go back to normal, like she didn't call me an asshole, like she didn't, whatever. And I'm just like, no. And there's a line in Take a Bow that says, don't tell me you're sorry because you're not, baby, when I know you're only sorry you got caught. And that really spoke to me, because it was like, she wasn't really sorry. She just missed me and, used I'm sorry as a bargaining tool. And it worked for a little bit, but after a while I was just like, no, you're, wanting things to go all the way back. And, that's just not going to work. There we go. So even heroes have the right to sneeze. But anyway, this is Bated Breath and Take a Bow, and I hope you enjoyed both of them. Say you feel like a fool. What I did wasn't cool. Telling me all that I missed in your dream, Iowapolis. What about the golden rule? There were things you wish that you had seen. Oh, but what about you being so obsessed with me? Now you're holding on too tight to what you think's the remnant of all that we had, which yields to the condemning. You're still holding on when not long ago left. You should save your bated breath. The filter lodged in your ear made your mind so unclear. Did you forget? Let's start that over. The filter lodged in your ear made your mind so unclear. Kept repeating the same old lines to have you doubt me one more time. Now I don't want you near. There were things you wish that you had seen. Oh, but what about you being so obsessed with me? Now you're holding on tight to what you think's the remnant of all that we had, which yield to the condemnment. You're still holding on when I long ago left. You should save your bated breath. You're in denial. I'm in there. I'm getting, but thanks to your obsession, we can go back to how it was. Now you're holding on tight to what you think's the remnant of all that we had, which yield to the condemnment. You're still holding on when I long ago left. You should save your bated breath. How about a round of applause? Standing ovation, yeah. You look so dumb right now, standing outside my house, trying to apologize. You're so ugly when you cry. Please just cut it out. And don't tell me you're sorry, 'cause you're not. Maybe when I know you're only sorry you got caught. Well, you put on quite a show, really had me going. Now it's time to go. Curtains finally closing. That was quite a show, but it's over now. Go on and take a mile and grab your clothes and get gone, get gone. You better hurry up before the sprinklers come on. I'm talking about, boy, I love you, you're the one. This just looks like a rerun. Please, what else is on? Don't tell me you're sorry, 'cause you're not. Baby, when I know you're only sorry you got caught, but you put on quite a show, really had me going. Now it's time to go. Curtains finally closing. That was quite a show, but it's over now. Go on and take a mile, and the award for the time to go. Curtains finally closing, that was quite a show. But it's over now. Go on and take a bow. All right, and that was Take a Bow. Thank you, Pamela, for tuning in. I appreciate you. That's awesome. Yeah, I appreciate you supporting from week to week. And everybody who does week to week or just, whenever. That's awesome. This is the Iowapolis live stream, and this is part 2, the Codependency disc. And it had to be disc 2, right? Because, disc 2 is dependent on disc 1. But anyway, this next song actually has steel drums in it. And I am fresh out of steel drums. Piano is the best I could do. And this is a Maroon 5 song called Don't Wanna Know, featuring Kendrick Lamar. Neither could make it tonight. And so I'm going to do this solo. Which means I'm going to pull a State of Arkansas and cut out a bridge. But anyway, what's kind of funny about this song is that I'm covering it. Obviously, I cover Maroon 5 every now and then. And I got a message on YouTube, a comment on my last stream, because I covered Ben Dayton's song, and I got a message from him saying, you do it better than mine, or better than me, which is completely false. But I thought it was a pretty good version. And so what I'm thinking is that, after I do this Maroon 5 song, it's only a matter of time before Adam Levine reaches out and says, hey, you did that a lot better than me. Not that I want him to quit Maroon 5, but, just to get that validation, even though I know it in my mind. Anyway, this is Out of the Loop, and Don't Want to Know. And I hope you enjoy both of them. You ask what I'll do if I didn't have you. That's not your life for seeing through. If I find somebody else, you're out of the loop. Bursting your bubble wasn't fun but necessary. Now you're cursing at me, and I tried to tell you it was scary. For what it's worth, I too found it surprising. You were all about me, but now life without me is something you must relearn. You wanted life to stay like that April day. Beg me not to go, 'cause you love me so. Ask me if I'd swipe the dating apps at night. Want me to think of you, making life less blue. Yeah, that's what I'll do if I didn't have you. That's not your life for seeing through. If I find somebody else, you're out of the loop. I told you many times before, it's none of your beeswax, it's my new right track, isn't you anymore. It ain't been all that long, remove the band-aid. Yeah, I found somebody you give your love and do someone to even the score. You wanted life to stay like that April day. Make me not to go, 'cause you love me so. Ask me if I'd swipe new dating apps at night. Want me to think of you, making life less blue. Yeah, that's what I'll do if I do not have you. That's not your life for seeing through. If I find somebody else, you're out of the loop. It's none of your concern, and my Friday's long. It's none of your concern, the next page in my blank book. So So don't drag this out, you're only hurting you. Don't worry about it. If I find somebody new, yeah, that's what I'll do. If I do not have you, that's now your line for seeing through. If I find somebody else, you're out of the loop. You, that's what I'll do. If I didn't have you, that's now your line for seeing through. If I find somebody else, you're out of the loop. And I don't wanna know who's taking you home, and loving you so. The way I used to love you now, no. Who's taking you home, and loving you so. The way I used to love you now, no. Wasted, and the more I drink, the more I think about you. No, I can't take it. Maybe every place I go reminds me of you. Do you think of me and how we used to be? Is it better now that I'm not around? My friends are acting strange, they don't bring up your name. Are you happy now? Are you happy now? I don't wanna know who's taking you home, and loving you so. The way I used to love you now, no. Who's taking you home, and loving you so. The way I used to love you now, no. And every time I go out, yeah, I hear it from this one, hear it from that one, that you got someone new. I see it, but I don't want to believe it. Even in my head, you're still in my bed. Maybe I'm just a fool. Do you think of me and how we used to be? Is it better now that I'm not around? My friends are acting strange. They don't bring up your name. Are you happy now? Are you happy now? Don't know who's taking you home, and loving you so. The way I used to love you now, no. Who's taking you home, and loving you so. The way I used to love you now, no. I don't wanna know who's taking you home, and loving you so. The way I used to love you now, no. Who's taking you home, and loving you so. The way I used to love you now, no. All right, and that was Don't Wanna Know and Out of the Loop. Out of the Loop came first. That was my song. But obviously Don't Wanna Know came first because that's what inspired it, although I like to think that Adam Levine is out there somewhere thinking, you know what, Minnesota Mike puts out some good music. In fact, it was funny. They just released a new record yesterday. Jordy was its name, and it's a really good record. And it's funny because the first half is kind of like missing somebody, and then the second half is like going after him and kind of realizing like, okay, yeah, I can't live without this person. And you know who did that first was this guy. Maybe not first, but at least before Maroon 5. I definitely did that. So you were very welcome, Maroon 5, for all that artistic inspiration. Another artistic inspiration of mine. I threw in some new ones, but there are some that are on my influences wall. And this is one of them. This is The Script. And they have a song called Dead Man Walking, and it inspired my song called Hear Me. And so I'm going to do Hear Me first, and then I'm going to do Dead Man Walking. Say I don't want you near me, but you're choosing not to hear me. Say I don't want you near me, but you're choosing not to hear me. The day we were supposed to meet up came and went. Last time. The day we were supposed to meet up came and went. Late nights talking to you, wondering what it meant. system when there's still a place for us. I tell you no, yeah, you swear somewhere there is love. Ask if I needed Nego booze, then left when chickens came to roost. I just didn't grow weary, but you still know. Hear me in your mind's eye, Iowapolis. You close your eyes and feel my kiss. How can I leave you teary and still feel like you don't hear me? Say I don't want you near me, near me, near me, but you're choosing not to hear me, hear me, hear me. Say I don't want you near me, near me, near me, but you're choosing not to hear me, hear me, hear me. You're still waiting for it after all I've done. When will you accept that you'll never be the one? You never listen to my logistical concerns. And I'm not sure if you are ever gonna learn. Asked if I needed Nego boost, and then when chickens came to roost, I had just grown weary, but you still don't hear me in your mind's eye. Iowapolis, you close your eyes and you feel my kiss. How can I leave you teary and still feel like you don't hear me? Say I don't want you near me, near me, near me, but you're choosing not to hear me, hear me, hear me. Say I don't want you near me, near me, near me, but you're choosing not to hear me, hear me, hear me. Asked if I needed Nego boost, and left when chickens came to roost. I had just grown weary, but you still don't hear me in your mind's eye. Iowapolis, you close your eyes and you feel my kiss. How can I leave you teary and still feel like you don't hear me? Hear the angels talking, talking, talking. Now I'm a dead man walking, walking, walking. Hear the angels talking, talking, talking. Now I'm a dead man, dead man. I see you standing there, but you're already gone. I'm holding your hand, but you're barely holding on. I'm kissing your lips, but it just don't mean the same. Am I a dead man now, stuck living with the pain? Already broken, already gone, already know you're moving on. I'm a breathing, talking, dead man walking. Already see it in my face, already someone in my place. I'm a breathing, talking, dead man walking. I hear the angels talking, talking, talking. I'm a dead man walking, walking, walking. Hear the angels talking, talking, talking. I'm a dead man walking, walking, walking. We're in the same room, but just a million miles away. With all these books around, we ain't got two words to say. Am I in that man now that living with the shame? I'm already broken, already gone, already know you're moved along. I'm a breathing, talking, dead man walking. Already see it in my face, already someone in my place. I'm a breathing, talking, dead man walking now. All right, and that was Hear Me and Dead Man Walk. And Hear Me is pretty straightforward. Just you try to tell people, what's going on, and they're just kind of stuck. And I mentioned that in one of the other things that like it leads to further condemnment, and it's one of those things where like, yeah, of course I'm going to be a villain if like in your mind, uh, you know, uh, we had something and I didn't try to call it off. So that's just one of those things. So speaking of punchlines in my classroom, I do this thing on when we play Jeopardy. It's a category called Mr. M Star Students, and one of them was that Charlie Puth used to be make a lot of noise in my class while I was talking, and he became one of my best students because of this. And of course, that's because he don't talk anymore. He don't talk anymore, and so that's just one of those things. Um, so we don't talk anymore is a song, and it inspired the same amount of your love, and so I'm gonna play both of those songs. Charlie Puth and Selena Gomez sing that song, and again, neither of them could be reached, and so I'm just gonna do this on my own and see how it goes. I know you don't understand how long ago you met. We had everything planned, or at least enough. It was all in your brain. Now I drive you insane, but I just don't share the same amount of your love. We keep going round in circles, trying to figure where it went wrong. Asked if I wanted an ego boost, then ditched you when I was strong. What happened to Iowapolis and the way we once locked eyes? You asked so incredulously how could it end in one night? And just when you think you need me 24 hours a day, how every time I brought up a problem you said we'd find a way. None of those things sound awful on paper, but when I had to breathe, you asked if I was serious, and then caused me to leave. I know you don't understand how long ago was your plan. We had everything planned, or at least enough. It was all in your brain. Now I drive you insane, but I just don't share the same amount of your love. You don't wanna give me space, you just wanna make it seem like you are. You ask who I'm gonna run to if you're not there to heal my scars. How can someone who loves me this much be that possessive, still call it love? This codependency is something I'm far above. It's just how you think you need me 24 hours a day. How every time I brought up a problem you'd ask if we could find a way. None of those sound awful on me, but when I had time to breathe, you asked if I was serious, and then caused me to leave. I know you don't understand how long ago was your man. We had everything planned, or at least enough. It was all in your brain. Now I drive you insane, but I just don't share the same amount of your love. I know you don't understand how long ago I was your man. We had everything planned, or at least enough. It was all in your brain. Now I drive you insane, but I just don't share the same amount of your love. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Oh, we don't talk anymore like we used to. I just heard a new man, the one you've been looking for. Wish I could have known that wasn't me, cause even after all this time I still wonder why I can't move on and why you did so easily. I don't wanna know what kind of dress you're wearing tonight, if he's holding on to you so tight the way I did before. I overdosed, I should have known your love was a game. Now I can't get you out of my brain. Oh, it's such a shame that we don't talk anymore. Oh, we don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? We don't talk anymore like we used to. I just hope you're lying next to somebody who knows how to love you like me. There must be a good reason why you're gone. Every now and then I think you might want me to come and show up at your door, but I'm afraid I'll be wrong. I used to. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? We don't talk anymore like we used to. All right, and that was the same amount of your love and we don't talk anymore. Yeah, so that was just one of those things that, like, again, it wasn't personal. It was just one of those things where, like, when she put that out there of, like, this is how much I love you. I'm like, I can never live up to that, and so I'm like, yeah, that's it. Um, and there are some things that I haven't really been bringing up, but one of them is that she did keep on asking. Um, like, so what are you going to do if you don't have me? It was one of those things. And I've kind of thought that internally, but never actually said that because that's creepy and obsessive. Um, and so that's one of those things. And oddly, um, there was somebody that I wrote a song about 2 years ago and just never really got the courage to tell her how I feel. And I still haven't really yet, but I showed her the song yesterday, and she loved it. And so it was one of those things, and that was something that I've kind of wanted for years. And so rather than being just filling my time with void fillers, it's good to kind of slowly chase after that. But this next song, so at some point in this throughout the school year, the phrase 7 years came up or something, and so I just looked at my kids and I said, once I was 7 years old, and my students were like, like most of them got it, but one in particular just looked at me and he just goes, "Yeah, I don't listen to 90s music. That song was released in 2015. So that, I cried a little. But that was one of those things. But this song is called "Everything About Me," and I hope you enjoy it. If you had told me not long ago there was someone out there who would love everything about me, would have said you're crazy, would have rushed into their hole thinking I'd struck gold. Oh, but now that's lazy. I need someone who stimulates me, it makes me better. In Iowapolis, I could have had someone waiting, even in my homeland, someone not hesitating. But she was never meant me in person. Now good, she's still be in my corner. She's living in a fantasy world. Before I unleash the hurting glow, I tried to warn her. If you told me not long ago there was someone out there who would love everything about me, would have said you're crazy, would have rushed into their hole thinking I'd struck gold. Oh, but now that's lazy. I need someone who stimulates me and makes me better. Did I need an ego boost? She asked with transference, cause I think that's what she needed upon observing, stuck and knowing the fourth time was not the charm. Why will the fifth be different? She refused to give me space. I never thought I'd want to refuse the attention and by choice become distant. If you had told me not long ago there was someone out there who would have loved everything about me, would have said you're crazy, would have rushed to their hole thinking I had struck gold. Oh, but now that's lazy. I need someone who stimulates me and makes me better. Now I'm desensitized to someone who loves me this much. I know the mountaintop don't look like this. Love should take work and not be served in a silver platter in a hotel in Iowapolis. If you had told me not long ago there was someone out there who would love everything about me, would have said you're crazy, would have rushed into their hole thinking I'd struck gold. Oh, but now that's lazy. I need someone who stimulates me and makes me better. Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger, pushing each other to the limits. We were learning quicker by 11, smoking urban drinking, burning liquor, never rich, so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. I always had that dream like my dad before me, so I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about that glory just always seemed to bore me, cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told me for the morning sun when life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. I only see my goals, I don't believe in failure, cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor, and if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told, I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our songs have been sold. We've traveled around the world and we're still roaming. Soon we'll be 30 years old. I'm still learning about how my mom enjoyed my children for me, so I can sing them all my songs, tell them all my stories. Most of mine boys are with, some out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life and then life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote him a letter once. So my children will come to visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world's colder? Will I have lots of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. Once I was 7 years old. All right. And that was Everything About Me in 7 years. That's kind of the conundrum behind this particular record, is you had someone who was like, just like all about me, loved everything about me. And I'm like, why don't I feel anything? It just, it wasn't the right kind of everything about me. That was one of those things. So speaking of people who really hated me, shout out to Zoe Morgan, my 8th grade crush, because this song always reminds me of the 8th grade dance. And that's that. That's her actual name, by the way. But anyway, this is Bad Day, and Folks We Both Hate. And this is a song that it's pretty self-explanatory, but basically what it's about is people who, or the two of us, who I have my like relationship hang-ups of like, oh yeah, you don't text me back and whatever, and then all of a sudden I'm the one not texting back, and and so for her, It was like, she didn't want to come off as creepy, but she totally did. And so it was just one of those weird things that, like, we both kind of became people that, we hated. But she just didn't really see that that was a bad thing. So this is folks we both hate, and Bad Day, and I hope you enjoy it. You wanted the truth, but now you seem upset. Told me you love me, this is what you get. I refuse to be your fifth chance. You say you won't father this romance, but you need me a bit too much. Say you feel electric whenever I speak. The thought of my presence makes you all kinds of weak. Say you'll figure out what you and I can be down the long road to ecstasy, but you need me a bit too much. Now we both become folks that we both hate. You don't like being needed all parts of the day. I can't stand it when folks leave me on. I wouldn't do that if you accepted me gone. Now we're in shambles, it makes you sad. You wonder what happened to all we've had. We both become folks that we both hate. We bring out the worst in each other, yet you never felt more alive. Maybe you're a smooth manipulator. Breaking arms is not what I want to do with my life, but something just wasn't right. We're running in circles and just leads to walks. You can choose not to love me if you can't choose not to fall. You're the one who began this mess. I have the right to second guess. I'm not saying the same thing every call. Now we both become folks that we both hate. You don't like being needed all parts of the day. Guessing when folks leave me on, I wouldn't do that if you accepted me gone. Now we're in shambles, it makes you sad. You wonder what happened to all we had. We both become folks that we both hate. Where is the moment you need it the most? You kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. They tell me your blue skies fade to gray. Tell me your passion's gone away, and I don't need no carrying on. You stand in the line just to hit a new low. You're faking a smile when the coffee didn't go. You tell me your life's been way offline. You fall into pieces every time. I don't need no carrying on. Cause you had a bad day, you're taking one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. Say you don't know, tell me don't lie. You work out a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, never don't lie. You're coming back down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day, you had a bad day. Well, you need a blue sky holiday. Point is they laugh at what you say, and I don't need no carrying on. Cause you had a bad day, taking one down. Sing a sad song just to turn it around. Say you don't know, tell me don't lie. You work out a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, never don't lie. You're coming back down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day, you had a bad day. wrong. You might not make it back. Let's start that over. Oh, sometimes the system goes on bling and the whole thing turns out wrong. You might not make it back before you know. You got me strong, but I'm not wrong. So where is the passion when you need it the most? You kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. 'Cause you had a bad day, you're taking one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. Say you don't know, tell me don't lie. You work out a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, seen what you like. How does it feel? But one more time. You had a bad day. You had a bad day. All right, and that was Folks We Both Hate and Bad Day, the second one being by Daniel Powder. So I just have a couple more songs for you, actually. 3 originals and 3 covers, and then I'll be on my merry way. So this next one, it was funny because there was some projection in this other person, and that she was, saying, this is how you are, but it was really what she was doing. But then there was also some transference, and what I mean by that, I had to ask my therapist what the term was, but it was good qualities in myself that she was trying to project onto her, and so it was one of those things that I was like, yeah, there's got to be another word for it. And of course, I can't remember the specific example, but it definitely was there. And so the next day, I wrote a song called Transference just to show off that I knew what it meant. So this is Transference, and I hope you enjoy it. Someone who loved me that much, couldn't let go of the touch, but recently that feeling flew. Yeah, I can't be with someone who's gonna fall for me that fast, even though I've been known to also be like that. Can't be with a mirror who wants to see itself in me, and I refuse to love someone codependently. Our transference could not sustain. This was an ego boost, you lame. What about you wanting to see what could have been? Our transference could not sustain. 7 years in the future, if you were my suitor, you never would have given me any space. Constant need for affirmation in my mind is a recreation of who I used to be when I needed healing from heartaches. Yeah, I can't be with someone who's gonna fall for me that fast, even though I've been known to also be like that. Can't be with a mirror who wants to see itself in me, and I refuse to love someone so codependently. Our transference could not sustain. This was an ego boost, you lame. What about you wanting to see what could have been? Our transference could not Our transference could not sustain. This was an ego boost, you claim. What amount you wanted to see? What could have been? Our transference could not sustain. Staring at a maple leaf, leaning on a mother tree, said to myself, we all lost touch. Your favorite fruit is chocolate-covered cherries and seedless watermelon. Oh, nothing from the ground is good enough. Body rise puts over me. Oh, chariot, young golden waves are walking down among this face. Oh, chariot, I'm singing loud to guide me. Give me your strength. Remember seeking moons, rebirth, the rains made mirrors of the earth. The sun was just a yellow energy. It's a living promised land, even fields of sand. Seasons fill my mind and cover me. From bringing back more than a memory. Oh, chariot, young golden waves are walking down among this face. Oh, chariot, I'm singing loud to guide me. Give me your strength. You'll make my vacation away from this place. You know what I want. Holding and guppets, pouring over the sides. Make me wanna spread my arms and fly. Oh, chariot, young golden waves are walking down among this face. Oh, chariot, I'm singing loud to guide me. Give me your strength. All right. And that was Transference and Chariot. Second one being by Gavin DeGraw, who is, has actually been pretty influential for me. I have my song Melt, which is inspired by Not Over You. And then my song Same Phone Number kind of took on some Gavin DeGraw vibes. So speaking of my piano influences, Elton John. Fair warning, not going to play the exact part, but this song was inspired by Honky Cat. And this is a reprise of Iowapolis. I had part one on the first disc, but this is Iowapolis, the reprise, and Honky Cat. When I look, you played with my head and I played with yours. You thought I used perfection out of my pores, and I thought for you I'd do what it takes, but you refused to give it when I needed space. Iowapolis would've left me more confused. You would have fallen deeper and sworn I was a keeper, and we both would have only minded feeling used. You were so determined not to repeat the mistakes of the past, but how can you not when you fall so fast? You were using me to see how life could have been, and you claimed I went along with it just to prove I could win. Iowapolis would've left me more confused. you would have fallen deeper and sworn I was a keeper, and we both would have only minded me than used. Iowapolis was a shot at what you thought you might have missed, but I'm fine alone, and you should have known that I'm not the one who needs to answer your what ifs. Iowapolis would have left me more confused. You would have fallen deeper and sworn I was a keeper, and we both would have only body feeling used. Iowapolis was your start of what you thought you might have missed, but I'm fine alone, and you should have known that I'm not the one who needs to answer your what ifs. When I look back, boy, I must have been green bopping in the country, fishing in the stream, looking for an answer, trying to find a sign until I saw your city lights, honey. I was blind, they said, get back, gonky cat, you better get back in the woods. Well, I quit those days and my redneck ways, and change is gonna do me good. You better get back, gonky cat. Living in the city ain't where it's at. It's like trying to find gold in a silver mine. It's like trying to drink whiskey from a bottle of wine. Well, I read some books and read some magazines about those high-class ladies down in New Orleans, and the folks back home, well, they said I was a fool. They said, oh, believe in the Lord and the golden rule. They said, get back, gonky cat, better get back in the world. But I quit those days and my redneck ways, and change is gonna do me good. They said, get back, gonky cat, you better get back in the world. Well, I quit those days and my redneck ways, and change is gonna do me good. They say, stay at home, boy, you gotta tend to the farm. Living in the city, boy, is gonna break your heart. But how can I stay when your heart says no? How can I stop when your feet say go? You better get back, honky cat, you better get back in the woods. Well, I quit those days and my redneck ways, and change is gonna do me good. Get back, gonky cat, living in the city ain't where it's at. It's like trying to find gold in a silver mine. It's like trying to drink whiskey from a bottle of wine. Oh yeah, get back, gonky cat, get back, gonky cat, get back, honky cat, get back. All right, and that was Honky Cat, and before that, Iowapolis, the reprise. All right. So, sticking with that 70s realm of phenomenal piano players, depending on who you ask, my mom would disagree, but everybody else would disagree with her. So that's that. But anyway, this is The Entertainer, and it inspired a song of mine called Nowhere. And so I'm going to play Nowhere first, and then I'm going to play The Entertainer, and that's going to be it for me. Yes, this came out of nowhere, and it kinda contradicts. I ghost you like the others did to me. You think I'm a hypocrite? Yes, this came out of nowhere, but you know what did not? Your desperate attempts to ask me where I've went, sounding like a robot. Yes, this came out of nowhere, at least in your mind. But your dreams and your delusions both seem to make you blind. You know I tried to tell you, but you thought deep down there was something in me that would still believe and still want you around. Yes, this came out of nowhere, so it's some of what you say. The I love you came too soon for me, but how could I turn it away? Yes, this came out of nowhere, and I liked it for a while. But maybe it was fate, I could not reciprocate the feelings you had on file. Yes, this came out of nowhere, maybe I made this mess, but someone in your shoes should not get to be this obsessed. Yes, this came out of nowhere, Memphis Street Life Serenade will always drown out my Iowapolis doubt and the memories we could have made. I am the entertainer, I know just where I stand. Another serenader, another long-haired band. Today I am your champion, I may have won your hearts, but I know the game, you forget my name, and I won't be here for another year if I don't stay on the charts. I am the entertainer, I've had to pay my price. The things I didn't know at first I learned by doing twice. And they still come to harm me, they still want their say. So I've learned to dance with a hand in my pants, let them rub my neck, and I'll write them a check and them go on their merry way. I am the entertainer, been all around the world. I've been all kinds of places, I laid all kinds of girls, and I can't remember faces, I don't remember names. But what the hell, you know it's just as well, cause after a while and 1,000 miles it all becomes the same. I am the entertainer, I bring you to my songs. I like to spend a day or two, I can't stay all that long. No, I gotta meet expenses, I gotta stay in line. Gotta get those fees to the agencies, and I'd love to stay, but there's bills to pay, and I just don't have the time. I am the entertainer, I come to do my show. You've heard my latest record, it's been on the radio. It took me years to write it, they were the best years of my life. It was a beautiful song, but it ran too long. If you're gonna have a hit, we gotta make it fit, so they cut it down to 3 or 5. I am the entertainer, the idol of my age. I make all kinds of money when I go on the stage. I've been in all the papers, see me in the magazines. But if I go cold, I won't get sold. I'll get put back on the discount rag like another can of beans. I am the entertainer, I know just where I stand. Another serenader and another long-haired band. Today I am your champion, I may have won your heart, but I know the game, you forget my name, and I won't be here for another year if I don't stay on the charts. Alright, and that was Nowhere and The Entertainer. And that concludes the disc 2 of Iowapolis, Codependency. I hope you enjoyed that. I sure enjoyed messing around on the piano a little bit. It felt good to write for a different instrument. I'll be back again next Saturday at 7:30 and back on guitar. Then I can't quite remember which one I have up, but be sure to be on the lookout for that. I am Minnesota Mike. You can check me out, obviously, on YouTube, Twitch as well, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, and iTunes, all as Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much.